Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm super excited for this video because today we're going to build a Leo Jaymz guitar kit. Stick around and check it out. Hey guys, I'm Dan and you've landed on Shredcraft Guitars, where I review affordable guitars and gear. So if this is the kind of stuff you like, you want to learn how to set up guitars, that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button and start watching. Let's get into it. Alright, so this is the Leo Jaymz guitar kit that I purchased. Let's open it up, see what it looks like. Alright, packaging is not too bad, that's pretty cool. Oops, slide this around here. All right, so under here we got guitar body. Oops. Pickguard, loaded pickguard, neck, and I'm assuming this is all the, that's a box of parts there. Yes. All right, so let's check it out. I'm gonna get the stuff out of the box and get the box out of here, and we'll check it out from there. All right, so I got everything out of the box, got the stuff or the box out of the way, and I mean, I got to tell you, that's probably one of the nicest packing jobs I've seen in any guitar that I bought. So, like I've said, I've never. Here's the neck. I'm just going to take this out of there here. There is there's the neck. Looks like a plastic nut. It says rosewood fingerboard on it. It looks like rosewood to me. 22 frets, and there are, I can tell you just by feeling this, there's some, not bad, but there's some sharp edges on there. The ends of these will need to be filed down, but I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm going to just show you how easy it is to put one of these guitars together. I mean, if you've never built a guitar before, this kit is for you. This is the loaded pickguard, and I'll show you that 5-way switch. This is what they mean by dime-sized pots. See how small those are? About the size of a dime. So those are, very inexpensive. We've got, got the switch plate or the screws for the pickguard on it. Those are ceramic pickups, in case you don't know. Nice thing about these Leo Jaymz ones, there's no soldering. There's this little quick connector. You just basically screw it together like putting together a puzzle, and clip the wires together and you're good to go. There's the back plate. All that good stuff, string trees. We'll get into all that here in just a second. Let's see, this I'm assuming is the tremolo in this box. So yes, it is. So you've got your claw and the springs for the back of the guitar, and then no surprises here. Tremolo with the small thin block on it. Actually feels kind of heavy, but. And then I'm sure these are not expensive. So here is the body that come up wrapped up. It's kind of actually in 2 bags. So here it is. This is the body routed out. You could use, humbucker, single coil humbucker in this if you wanted to. This is set up for 3 single coils. The control cavity and the input cavity, nothing super surprising here. There's the neck pocket. Here's the back of the guitar. Looks like, yeah, everything is all, it's all pre-drilled, everything. You literally, looks like you can just get a screwdriver and put this thing together and put your strings on and start playing. So that's what we're going to find out. All right, let me put this down. I'll open the rest of this stuff up. We'll put it together and see how it works. All right, so I got everything opened up here. Well, most everything opened up. Pickguard. the reason that we do this first is because you want to make sure that it doesn't protrude over the neck pocket here to impede the neck from, or once you put the neck on, you don't want to be trying to force this thing on there. So it's always, I found that it's easier to put the pickguard on first. So there's a hole between this cavity and where the input jack goes. So I'm going to feed these wires through there. This one is a ground wire that goes to the, actually there's a little hole here for the ground wire. It goes, you connect it to the claw. So I'm gonna, oops. Do this, do that, and then flip this over and pull that wire through. Boom, like that. That's there. And that is that. I'm not going to make you watch me put all the screws in. I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's the pickguard is on. Got this wire here sticking through there. The ground wire is right here. I'm going to kind of wrap that around there. And so the next thing to do, input jack, tremolo. So let's do that right now. The input jack is right here. All you got to do is, they kind of made this foolproof. There's only one way you can connect this. Connect that together and you're in business. There we go. Slips in there, hooks up nice, and put that there. And then the tremolo will be the next thing. Take that off of there. Set that in there. There's 6 screws that hold it in, pre-drilled right there. Just gonna drop it in just like that. And put the screws in. I'm going to start them here. I won't make you watch me put them all in, but some of these you got to be kind of careful with because I've snapped off a lot of these screws myself, and so I like to put them in by hand, but it's a little bit quicker just to start them like this. Okay, so this is the tremolo is screwed in from the top here. What I do, I'll kind of show you that. What I do is I usually put my hand on the back of the tremolo to keep it flat, because when you tighten these down, it can cause the tremolo to tip up like that, or the tremolo to tip up. And I like mine flat on the body. I don't like it tilted up like that, so I put my hand on that to keep it flat, and then just tighten the screw heads down so where the head of the screw just touches the metal base plate there. I don't know if I can get a good shot of that or not, but that's what that looks like. So the front of this is all put together. So I'm going to flip it over. We'll put the tremolo claws on, the neck on, and we'll go on from there. There's that. So the next thing is you need the claw, and here's the screws for the claw. You need to put that in there. Like I said, again, these are pre-drilled. 2 claw screws. I like to get them started, but don't put them in too far because you got to hook those strings up, or springs up, and that can be a real pain in the butt if you get that too tight. So let's see. Now there is I don't know if you can see on the back, on that claw there. Whoops, there is a little, like a cutout notch right here. That is, you can put the ground screw in, or the ground wire in there. That's usually where you solder them in there. Since this is basically a solderless kit, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to crimp that on there and see if I can get that to stay good. Tighten this up and put on the neck, and we'll go from there. Okay, so what I ended up doing, I couldn't get a good connection with this little thing that sticks up there, so I took the ground wire, I took the spring off, put the ground wire in that hole and put the spring back in it to hopefully get a good connection, and hopefully that's all connected and grounded there. Never done it that way, so I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. The reason I did this is I wanted to show that anybody can build a guitar, and I wanted to use only what came in the kit. Not, I don't want to solder, didn't want to do anything like that, because I know a lot of people can't do that. That was pretty intimidating for me when I first started out, so wanted to see if we could do this without having to do any of that kind of stuff. Just really basic tools, a couple screwdrivers, a wrench, and a pair of pliers. So next we are going to put the neck on, the back plate, and the neck plate comes with these things. I really don't like these, but I'm going to use it because I said I'm going to use whatever comes with the kit. All right, so the neck is bolted on, back plate's bolted on. That's all bolted on. Next thing to do is put the tuners on. Now before I put the screws in, I like to put these nuts on the other side. So I just kind of carefully hold those in place and get those started on there. Again, these are pre-drilled, so should be pretty easy. I'll get these screwed in. I'll be right back. All right, so tuning pegs are all screwed in there, and I'll flip her over. So those are all tightened up. The next thing is strings, and we'll put these strap buttons on. String trees, I do notice that the string trees are not pre-drilled, so we'll get the strings on first and then do that. All right, I got the strings on. Another thing you might want to have is a pair of wire cutters. Cut the ends of these strings off. All right. Okay, so got the strings on here, and adjusted the height so they're 2 or 3 millimeters above the neck, which is, I'd like it around 2 myself. That's good for me. And so the last thing to do really is to put the string trees on. I'm going to loosen up the strings a little bit to do that. And if you notice, there are 2 different heights or 2 different sizes of little metal spacers there. The longer one is for the good grief, the D and G strings. The shorter one is for the B and E strings. All right, well, here it is, all tuned up, plugged in. Let's do a sound demo on it, see how it sounds, and let's kind of go from there. And then I'm going to tell you how much this baby costs. This is the bridge pickup. I will say that there is a little bit of hum from that ground not being soldered in the way it should be, but it's not terrible. See if my fingers will cooperate. really bad tendonitis and my hand is flaring up right now, so it's hard for me to play a lot of solo kind of stuff. So, all right, so that's the clean channel. I'm going to throw on a little bit of distortion, see how that sounds. All right, so here's the guitar with distortion. You can hear that hum. So, bridge pickup. That is the sound demo. Again, I apologize for the poor playing. My hand is not cooperating today. All right, guys, that is the Jaymz Pre-Finished Stratocaster Guitar Kit. All you have to do is screw it together, put the strings on, and start playing. Super easy to put together. Anybody can put one of these together. And shipped to my door from Amazon. This thing was $90 and some change. It was just an incredible price. They're on Amazon today. I just looked on there. They're still 85 something. So then with tax and shipping, you're at 90 bucks. So if you want to pick one of these up, the link will be in the description of the video. Run out and grab one of these while they're still available. I noticed that several of the models are selling out, but this one was still up when I checked it this morning. So yeah, run out and grab one and put it together. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I apologize if you couldn't see everything in it. This is my first build video, so still kind of learning the camera angles and all that kind of stuff. But appreciate you guys watching. Click that like and subscribe button, please, and keep bringing some more of these awesome videos to you like this. Have a great day. Take care.